Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you today, and we're going to be doing our little road to payback video. Sorry, Pinko, I stole that right out of your script, but it does. It fits so well to go with this. My good buddy, HBK Fan 25 from YouTube and from Twitter, is one of my, I guess I got a couple friends. Team Rai is going to be going to this show. Payback to me, honestly, when you look at it over the whole card, doesn't look like it's going to stand up and deliver as a great pay-per-view, even though this is going to be a Chicago crowd. We all know that they're going to be heavy. Everybody's going to be thinking about, what their chants are going to be. It doesn't seem like it's as strong as it was that Raw right before WrestleMania, when everybody was, making their cue cards for what they were going to chant, and they were saying they were going to stand up and turn their back on the product when the Authority came down to the ring to show their, distrust in the people that runs the show there, that let CM Punk take his ball and go home. Honestly, Payback's going to be a fun show for me to sit at home and watch on the WWE Network. I'm very glad that it's not one that I'm going to have to make the decision about whether if I'm going to buy the pay-per-view or if I'm just going to stream it or if I'm just really just not going to care about it. That's been a problem that I've had in the past. And, with WWE, stepping up to the plate with this awesome WWE Network is something that we don't have to worry about anymore. I'm really looking forward to a few of the matches that we're going to talk about tonight, and then some of the other ones are just sort of matches that are going to be on there. I guess we'll start off the road to Payback when the first video here talking about the kickoff. That's going to be I don't even know where you see this anymore, because if I was going to watch this, I would go to the WWE Network. I understand that the kickoff party, what it once was much like the free-for-all from back in the day, where, for 30 minutes before the show, it was WWE's last-ditch effort to try and get you to call in and order the pay-per-view. And they would give you some sort of a match or some sort of an angle. They used MTV's Sunday Night Heat to do this for a good little while. But last month at Extreme Rules, honestly, I think they did one of the best pre-shows that they've ever done. They gave us a match that on paper nobody really cared about, but because of the stipulation, because of the minis, it was one of the most talked about matches of the whole night. This is one of those things that really would have stood out during the pay-per-view era, with El Torito going up against Hornswoggle in a WLC match. I think so many people made a point of their day to get to their televisions and watch a half hour early to see this match. I mean, it really did step up and deliver more than anything else. We've seen the tag titles change hands with the Outlaws winning on the pre-show. We saw Cesaro win the United States Championship. We saw The Miz win the Intercontinental Championship. And of all of those things, I don't think anything mattered as much as this WLC match. I think that the way that it was played out, even though that most people didn't even really know what was going to happen once they got in there. Were these guys really going to fight with big ladders? Were they going to fight with step ladders? Were people going to go through tables? Was, El Matadors and three-man band going to be out there? Or were they just going to put the minis out there to do their own thing? The spots they did were spot on with, basically Hornswoggle pulling El Torito's tail, and El Torito running around the ring, finally to duck under Jinder Mahal, and Hornswoggle run his head right into Jinder Mahal's nuts. Was awesome. There were bodies flying everywhere. The guys got in the ring and messed around with the minis just about enough to make you really care about the match. And I think, honestly, if there was we've seen DVDs come out on just about everything up and down, all the spectrum of wrestling. If there ever was to be a the best of the kickoff or the best of the pre-show DVD, WLC is definitely, earned a spot to where it's going to be there for years to come. In this match, honestly, I don't really care about it. I mean, there's no stipulation. It's just, well, I guess there is a stipulation, but I mean, it's one of those stipulations that's just basically pretty easy to see. El Torito is a new character. He's based around being a bull. Hornswoggle, he isn't a new look with the sort of grungy three-man band. I don't know if he's supposed to be the roadie or if he's another guy that plays guitar or if he's just like, their, pet or something like that. I'm not sure. But there's no way in hell that El Torito is going to be losing that mask. I'm pretty sure I've seen it for sale on WWE Shop. It's not something that I've been thinking about getting. I know with, I guess, Rey Mysterio not being around. I know with Sin Cara, he's around, losing to Bo Dallas, and he's not even the real Sin Cara that we've seen in the past. And, I'm not real sure. I've heard that, the stock on those guys as far as WWE Shop numbers has fallen. Rey Mysterio, we haven't seen him on TV since before WrestleMania. Sin Cara hasn't won a match, and God knows, I think Sin Cara beat Del Rio, didn't he? Didn't we see when Sin Cara came back and it was the debut of the new Sin Cara? Well, they didn't really play it up, but, people who knew. I think Sin Cara got a win over Del Rio on Raw, and it was a real big, shocking surprise. But I'm not sure. But there's no way in hell Torito's going to lose that mask. It's going to be fun seeing Hornswoggle kick and scream and have a bald head. This look has been good for him. Hopefully he'll stick around in three-man band. I'm not really sure what we'll see, but I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of smoke and mirrors from these guys. El Torito is a character that I don't love, but I like. And when he does certain things, he makes me laugh, and it might be fun to see. We'll have to see. I'm not in a position where I'm going to be able to watch the kickoff party, but much like WLC, it was pretty easy to find in the pay-per-view section on the WWE Network, so I went out of my way, and I made sure that I watched it, and honestly, between me and you, it's a match that I have gone back and watched more than once, more than twice. It is fun. I had to watch it once with the commentary from the, well, I was going to say Brian and Vinny, but I guess the commentary was from Wrestling Observer Live. That was a fun show to watch. Always free to download. Go check it out. I think it sucks that, with their time period and trying to make sure that Wrestling Observer is always live, it's going to go up against the pre-show again. It sort of seems like you're not going to get the most out of your news with the show unless you're listening live in a Wrestling Observer Live, since it's mostly based on the internet. Isn't something that I'm able to get to live, but it really was fun. So, peace out. Well, it always sucks when I end these videos. I'm ending this video, but I'm just going into another. So if you're watching the full show preview, the next video is going to start in a second.